association. Yeah, see, that's the association. Joe.
All right. Welcome back to YMA Nation Podcast, episode number 16.
Woohoo.
Normally you'd be like, 16 episodes, we made it number 16. No.
Say woohoo.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining us today for YMA Nation Podcast, episode number 16.
16.
Yeah, it is
There
number
you go.
16.
You
And
just wanted to repeat that.
I am
All right.
Joe Wallace, and this is
Rebecca Wallace.
And this is the YMA Nation Podcast, Friday Football.
Friday football.
If you are on right now, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and
Subscribe.
subscribe. We have a lot.
We do.
Man,
Lot to talk about.
A lot to talk about.
Yep.
A lot to talk about. So let's start off with our drawing.
All right.
Now, if you guys are unaware of the drawing and how it works, we are going to pull two names from last week, Friday football, of everyone who submitted the keyword. So sometime during this show, we are going to give you guys the keyword. And then if you look down in the description, you'll see the link at the top. And all you have to do is just click the link. It'll take you to the website. You put in your information and the keyword, and you have a chance to win $25.
Easy as that.
Easy money.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
There you go.
She like to steal my words, y'all. I be hearing like easy peasy. I like, oh look, she's stealing my words. So let's get started on the drawing. We are going to pull two names. Name number one is Shamika Moore. All right, congratulations, Shamika
Yes,
Moore. You
thank
just
you.
won yourself $25. Number 13. And our next winner is you're not gonna believe it.
Who? Tell me who it is. Travis McKenzie. Wow.
Travis McKenzie. Congratulations, young man. This has to be like his 5th time winning.
Possibly.
Travis, whatever you're doing right, keep it up. Whatever you're doing, man, I'm just like, what are the odds?
Right.
Seriously.
Yeah.
He got to get a round of applause. Another round of applause for Travis.
Yes.
Whatever you're doing positive in your life, Travis McKenzie, keep doing it. For someone to win like back to back,
Yeah.
man, beating the odds 5 times. I'm just like in awe right now.
Yeah.
I'm just stuck on that. Travis McKenzie, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Shamika Moore, congratulations.
And thank you guys for following and watching.
Thank you, guys. So let's get started.
All right.
So we'll start off with the top 4 right now. We have Alabama. This is the CFP, the college football playoff rankings. Alabama at number 1.
Okay.
Notre Dame at number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Clemson at number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Clemson at number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State at number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Alabama, Clemson at number 3, right? All right.
Yeah.
But you know on the AP top, it had Alabama at 1, Notre Dame at 2, Ohio State at 3, and Clemson at 4.
Let's give the people real news because the AP poll is fake news. So we'll go with the real news, okay?
Why are we saying the AP polls is fake news?
Because the college football playoff committee poll is the one that dictates who goes to what bowl games and who gets into the playoffs. So that's the one that matters.
So what
The
makes
other ones they don't matter.
So what makes the AP
They
fake
just
though?
don't-
What
they don't
makes it fake?
matter.
It's different between not
don't matter.
mattering and being fake.
Let's
I'm just
give the
curious.
people what matters.
Okay.
Okay.
So the CFP is what matters right
Yep.
now. So let's talk about it. Alabama versus LSU last week. Blowout.
Yes.
Blowout.
We knew that was coming.
Blowout. You
Yeah.
predicted it though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Blowout. 55-17.
Yeah.
Alabama.
How was that?
Alabama right now is a monster team. They're a powerhouse.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
You don't see that? You don't.
I just don't think that they've played anyone that can challenge them and really see what they're about as a team.
They had
They haven't
650
played
yards.
Yeah, but
650 yards
they
against
haven't played
LSU.
anyone. Look, you have me pulling up data and stuff.
650 yards.
Yeah, but look who they were playing.
Alabama. I mean, they're number 1 right now.
They are.
So let's see what she's going to pull up.
Oh my gosh. They played Missouri,
Okay.
Texas A&M.
Okay. Hold on, before we walk down this cold dog road.
Ole Miss scored 48 on Alabama. If that tells you anything about their defense when they go up against the offense that
before we walk down this cold dog road, because there's people out there that's going to say the same thing about your team that you're wearing right now.
They can.
Because if you pull up the teams that they have played, I think all the top 4 teams have not had a strong year of competition.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who has challenged the top 4? Alabama. Who has been a strong challenge to them? Notre Dame, outside of Clemson. Mm-hmm. Outside of them, who has been a strong challenge against them?
UNC.
Ohio State. Who has been a strong challenge against them?
Indiana.
But, okay, so you're talking about teams that's 10-0 and had one hard game.
Well, Ohio State's only played 5 games. I mean, how many challenges can you have in only 5 games?
I'm talking about Alabama. I'm talking about Notre Dame. I'm talking about your team, Clemson.
Yeah.
I got to keep saying that because she just...
Look, I'm just saying that we will see what Alabama is made of. If you look at... I just pulled that game up, right? Ole Miss, Alabama. You let Ole Miss score 48.
So this is what
48.
I'm going to agree with you on that because Miami just played Duke, and if Duke would have scored 40 points, I probably would not be on this podcast right now. I will be in Miami, Florida right now, probably locked up because of something I've done against their coaching staff.
I'm just saying that's what I'm saying. If you don't compete against offenses that have a pulse, then you don't know how good your defense really is.
But that's a top 4 though.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So
it's just been a crazy season, I think. With games being canceled.
We'll see when Alabama plays Florida.
Yes.
That game is going to be an indicator of where
how strong
they are.
That team is.
Because you can't say Georgia because Georgia has abysmal offense too. They don't have a great quarterback. He can't really throw the ball that well. Okay. So, I mean, anytime Alabama's facing someone who has a decent offense that, especially in a spread type offense, they struggle. Well, you see the score. So, I think Florida will be a telltale, and we'll see in the SEC championship game what happens.
So, Alabama.
But I think Alabama will still beat Florida because I still feel like that Florida is a bit overrated. Right. But we'll see.
Right, because you did predict Alabama going undefeated until the championship, right? Right. So every game that they're planning on playing, they will win. Right. Based on your predictions. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Arkansas. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, Alabama versus, and this is a perfect example of what we're talking about.
Of this past week.
This is what we're talking about right now, right? Yeah. If you're on, drop your comments down. There may be a Arkansas fan on right now that's going to comment, we're going to beat Alabama. Yeah.
Please let us know.
That they're going to be the undefeated Alabama 9-0. Yep. What do you think right now, Alabama Mac Jones? We talked about him, their quarterback, their star quarterback.
Mm-hmm. I think that goes back to the level of competition that they face so far. Mm-hmm. So we'll see when he starts playing these tougher defenses and he gets a little bit more pressure
on them and
what type of decisions that he makes.
Right. Yeah. Right. That is a show right there, a telltale of can he perform under pressure, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, so let's move on. Notre Dame,
Clemson have a bye this week, both of them.
So they play on the 19th.
19th. I got it on my calendar on my phone.
I don't even know why I would even ask her who is she predicting to win, but I have to. So
yeah,
Notre Dame versus Clemson. It's going to be a tough game. I think it's going to be a tough game.
Okay, Clemson should have beat them the first time with no Trevor Lawrence and 5 defensive players out. What do you think is really going to happen with 5 defensive players back and Trevor Lawrence back? What's going to happen?
Hypothetically, let's just say.
That's common sense.
No, but hypothetically,
they had to win in overtime against our
Are you trying to start or grow your business? Well, welcome to YMA Financial, where we have created the ultimate platform for entrepreneurs and business owners. We specialize in small business startups. Our accredited business consultants will help turn your dream to a reality. We'll help obtain your business documentation, help you establish and build business credit, and whether you're working from home or storefront, we'll help fully launch your business. Check out our website at www.ymafinancial.com or give us a call at 888-531-6611.
Third string defense. Overtime, third string defense, no Trevor Lawrence. And DJ was actually hurt and still played.
I'm gonna test something while she's talking. All right, guys. Yeah, so we got to cut her off right there.
Okay.
All right, so hypothetically, I just want to ask a question.
Okay.
Hypothetically, if Notre Dame beats Clemson, what's going to be your response to that?
Good for them. They've accomplished something.
And that will put Clemson where if they lose them and get to 9-2?
I think that's going to be a very interesting, because right now you have Ohio State,
right,
which we haven't got to yet, but they've only played 5 games. Their game this week against Michigan canceled, right? The Big Ten released a couple of days ago, that they are going to amend the initial 6-game requirement to get into the title game.
Well, it has been eliminated. That's the word they use.
Anyhow.
The minimum game requirement has been eliminated.
Which is garbage. Garbage.
Okay,
you
why?
set a rule.
Right.
And then because the team that you want to go into the title game doesn't have 6 games, y'all vote and be like, oh, well, never mind. We'll change that real quick.
So you're saying everyone on the Big Ten panel sat and said, hey, you know what? We're all Ohio State fans. I think we need to make this change.
I don't think they said they're all Ohio State fans. What happened is you have Fields, who is a Heisman candidate.
Right.
You have Ohio State want to go to the college football playoff, and the college football playoff committee, one of the things that they look at is, did you win your conference championship?
Okay.
That's one of the check boxes, right?
Right.
So if they're eliminated from the title game
due to the amount of games they played.
Right.
Right.
Now you only have 5 games and you have no title. So the likelihood of you going to the playoff is very slim.
Right. But what you're saying is they made that change in the process just for Ohio State.
Of course they did. Of course they did.
So everyone sat on the panel and said, hey.
Yes.
Of course they did. We got to get Ohio State in.
That goes back to the blue bloods of football that I've talked about previously.
The blue bloods. Did you say blue bloods?
Like the football teams that their fan base and they're highly regarded in the football world.
Right.
Ohio State's one of them. So you can't.
So they had to make some type of change to get that team in.
Of course they did. Of course they did.
Well,
I mean, as garbage as it is, I don't think it's fair to teams that have played 7 games like Indiana. If I was
Right.
Indiana, I would be mad. If I was their coaches, their players, the staff, I would be mad. You knock out Indiana. They played 7 games. Did they lose to Ohio State? They did, but they played 7 games.
Right.
So they meet the requirements to get into the championship game. Ohio State doesn't. I mean,
I don't know. I'm thinking on the opposite side of the spectrum, right? So if I'm here and I say, why did they put Indiana at number 4 when they lost to Ohio State? And Ohio State is undefeated.
if they go to a title game and they would win in that title game, there's no guarantee that the playoff committee would have put them at number 4. But the point is, it goes down to, we're not even talking about the playoffs right now. We're just talking about the rule that was made for a team to be able to go to the title game.
That's a great point. Yeah, you know what? That's a great point. You can't say that, hey, you know what? Our podcast is 30 minutes, but due to we need to make this change just to help out Rebecca because I don't know. I was trying to think of some weird scenario to say. But yeah, no, man.
No, you have to set standards.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
exactly.
what
You
it's
can't
all
just,
about.
at the
And-
last minute, just change the
Right.
whole process.
In general, if you set a standard and you say this is what it's going to be, I don't think that you deviate from that just because it benefits the team you want it to benefit.
So how do
Because
they
I think,
explain
I
it then?
bet you if it was Indiana in that predicament and they had beat Ohio State, I bet you they would not have made the change for Indiana.
So what was their
At the table's
explanation then?
return.
What was their explanation?
Their real one or the one that we all know
Well,
is the explanation?
I'm sure it's online. What was their explanation?
Well, I think the main explanation was they were adjusting it to eliminate the 6th game. I mean, that's why they said they were doing it to remove the 6 game minimum eligibility for the conference championship.
I started off checking it every other week, just like most people do. Then it got out of control. I couldn't help myself. I started checking it day after day after day. I didn't realize that I was becoming addicted until my wife said something.
What did she say?
She said, "It's just a credit score, relax."
Are you checking your credit score?
Huh? Hold on.
They didn't give like, oh, well, we're doing this because blah, 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 blah. Because they're not going to come out and be like, well, we're doing this because Ohio State, yeah, we really want to see them in the title game so they can go to the college football playoff. They're not going to say that. We all know that's why.
I like to go off.
Decision
data.
based on competitive analysis.
You're on CBS too, right? You're on CBS
I'm
too.
on the Bleacher Report.
Yeah, I'm on CBS. So yeah, CBS the decision.
Competitive analysis. That's great wording for we wanted Ohio State in the title game. That's
Well,
what-
no, it said based on their undefeated record and
They
head-to-head
played-
victory over Indiana.
They played 5 games. And guess what? If they would have watched the game against Indiana, then they would have known that Indiana should have beat Ohio State. So
Let's move on.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's. But it's going to be Alabama versus Ohio State. It's going to be Notre Dame versus Clemson in the college football playoff. So y'all can go ahead and write all that down. That's what it's going to be.
Well, we're talking about Clemson right now. What's going on with ETN? And I'm asking about like the yards. Like the last game, he put up 57 yards.
Yeah. Were you here last week
Mm-mm.
for the podcast?
See
Were
what it is.
Were
Look,
you here?
No. See,
I mean, we
I have a
discussed this.
clone, and my clone's supposed
Oh
to
my God.
give me
Yo,
all the information.
Somebody help.
So
Just, look, I said they're going to use him more.
I'm going to have to talk to my clone.
Okay.
I'm going to have to talk to my clone about this.
So
not relaying all the
please.
information properly.
Right.
Good.
Because, no, he's being used more as outside, jet sweep, throw to the outside, short pass. And so that is going to take away from his, just hand the ball off and run up the middle or run through the gap. But also, a lot of the teams, the defense hones in on him when he's on the field.
Right.
So,
That's
in
facts.
a lot of instances, he's used, it's basically decoy for Trevor Lawrence to be able to, the RPO, Trevor Lawrence run the ball. It opens up the passing game with ETNs on the field because they're just honed in on him running the ball. They know that if he gets past that initial line of scrimmage, he's gone. So if they don't hold him, he's gone. So, but it does open up the door for other running backs too. Like Lynn J. Dixon had great yardage. Rencher had great yardage. So a lot of your backups are getting in and being able to score and get yardage.
I think ETN is still one of the top running backs right now
Most definitely.
in college football.
They're just gonna load the box and they're gonna try to stop him every time he's on the field. They're just gonna focus and key in on him.
Yeah, he's a powerful runner.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best, I feel.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, he'll do well moving forward.
What do you think about actually before I get to that question, I want to commend Clemson because it's something that I truly respect about their staff, the coaching staff, is that the game that they played, how they allow the second string in. Once that score starts to widen out, they'll bring that second string in, the third string in, allow those players to have some field time.
And the commentators say that all the time during the game. Like, when they're up by a lot of points, they're like, well, they've cleared the bench. Who else are they going to put in? Because they literally, he will play everybody that's able to play,
I love that about their coaching staff. I'm going to give them a round of applause for that.
Y'all. He giving them a round of applause.
Because you don't see that on every team, right? And I think that's important.
Going back to that, that's why you don't see like Trevor, Lawrence, and ETN. Trevor was predicted to be a top Heisman candidate going into this year, but he doesn't have the stats and numbers that other quarterbacks that they look at do because the other teams keep their quarterback in for 4 quarters. So, of course, their numbers and their stats look better because they're playing 4 quarters.
Right.
Whereas Trevor Lawrence's stats may only be through 2 or 3 quarters because they've taken him out of the game because they're up. And so now he's sitting for the rest of the game.
That's an excellent point. But that's great teamwork as a whole.
Right.
Miami.
Okay. Y'all got UNC. What
Miami.
you gonna do?
Miami all the way.
Okay.
Born and raised, Miami all the way.
It's not going to be an easy game.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but that's Miami got that game. I predict like a 35-17 score.
I think it's going to be higher scoring than that.
Oh, so you're saying Miami is going to score a lot more than that?
No,
all right,
not.
let's give her a round of applause. Miami with the high score she's predicting.
OMG.
Miami is playing good, though. They blew out your team, Duke. And we know you're a huge Duke fan.
You that they were going to
She's
blow
a
out
huge Duke fan.
Duke is just sorry. Duke is sorry.
You calling your team sorry? You love Duke.
Look,
Outside of Clemson.
This is my team. Duke needs some help and
48-0.
They what they need.
48-0. They beat Duke 48-0.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the quarterback, De'Aaron King?
I think he's doing good. I think he has Miami going in the right direction. Yeah.
Diverse too, you
Yeah.
know, with the run pass. So,
But North Carolina's not going to be an easy feat for Miami. I mean, Miami may win the game, but I think it's going to be a whole lot closer than 35-17. I would say more like a 40-45 type game. and go into like deep into the fourth quarter, like a last minute scoring drive or something like that.
You know what's interesting? I can agree with you on that to a point because I'm kind of unsure. I know why I feel that Miami is going to win the game, but when they don't come out and perform well in the first half, then they got to like really like the third quarter and the fourth quarter, like bust their butt. And that's how I've seen like game over game on how they've played.
And I think Miami was in a different type of, they may not be as motivated. You would think that they would to try to get to a Big Six bowl.
Well,
right?
they played like they was motivated last weekend.
They were playing Duke.
But I'm saying the players, though,
Just
the way
saying.
they was playing.
So we'll see how motivated they look to get to a Big Six game
Okay.
when they play against UNC.
So
because they are still playing for something. Even though it's not getting into the college football playoff,
Right.
they're still playing for something.
If they beat North Carolina, I think that will be a great way for them to like get prepared for the 2021 season.
Yeah, and to get prepared for who they're going to see in their bowl game.
Right.
So I think that but it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy.
One thing that I'm going to point out before we get ready to wrap this up is Harris. I think we talked like 2 or 3 weeks ago about Miami in the run game needed improve. And I've seen that improvement. I know you probably going to say, well, he probably ran strong against Duke. Like it was Duke, though. So, but interesting to see how he performed tomorrow. Both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good game. Also, Coastal Carolina beat BYU. I think the college playoff committee did them kind of dirty.
Why you say that?
Because they only moved them up to 13.
After they beat BYU.
Who was number 8? But I think Coastal Carolina is a better team than Georgia, who is ranked number 9 right now.
Okay.
So I just think after you get past like the bottom 4 or 5, 6, I think it just, I don't know if they just throw names in there just to throw names in there, but I definitely think they should be ranked higher than 13.
I'm
They're
sure there's a
undefeated.
logic.
They beat BYU.
There's a logic. I mean,
So-
Miami, they got Miami at 10 right now. So, but it depends. I'm going off your CFP.
And I would even say Miami's better than Georgia. Georgia
Miami's-
isn't that good this year. They're just putting them in the top 10 because of Georgia, them being an SEC team, and it's Georgia. I mean, if you look at the top, you got Alabama, you got Texas A&M, you got Florida, you got Georgia, SEC. But how good are they really?
Right.
Do we know? We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching us. Our keyword is penalty. Penalty. Make sure that you are on for next week, Football Friday, and Rebecca is going to do a 2-minute drill at the end of the podcast for all you guys who want to learn some more about football, for the wives and girlfriends out there that would like to learn some more about football. She's going to do a 2-minute drill at the end of the podcast.
We can do it.
All
I'll
right.
make it happen.
Guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I just gave you guys the keyword. Go down in the comment in the description, and you'll see the link. And all you have to do, click the link. It will take you to the website. You drop in your name and the keyword. And if your name is drawn, you will win yourself some cash.
And before we go, I just would like to say that I went 5-0 on my predictions. So
5-0.
Y'all wait. I'm going to give them to y'all again in the comments.
In the comment section.
In the comments.
All right. Good job. We'll see you guys on Monday for Wealth Building Monday. Episode number 17 then, right?
That's your show.
That's my show. I'll see you guys then. All right, you guys have a great day.
If you want the boss's view, you gotta sacrifice. You wanna move like bosses move.
YMA, Young Millionaires Association. Yeah, see, that's the association. Joe.